confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes.
Okay, we'll wait for a minute more and then we'll start. I see good quorum today. Right. The last week, guys, we have completed our ASR topic, which is also known as replication, right? By the way, few of you have already started giving interviews, right? So after today's session, I think we'll cover replication will complete today. Migration theory we will start today, right? Uh, Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll complete migration. So post that, you guys can start working on your resume. Though I will be taking a session on resume, but from your end as well, you can start working on resumes. I'll be sending a dummy resume as well or a sample resume. You can prepare your resume accordingly, right? If someone has some unique case, etc., we can connect one by one. And post that, I'll start sharing some openings. The unfortunate thing I see here is the timing, right? Because in the month of December or mid-November, the hiring is not that great. Most of the time, people are in holiday mode, new projects are not starting. Still, I currently also I do have a few openings. This is one of them I shared with one of the one of you. I'm not sure if the person is okay with the name. This person has shared the resume and he has got the call as well. It's it is completely on migration, purely on migration. So I have asked that person not to schedule the interview in this week because now we are going to cover migration. Post that they can cover. They were asking for experience of 6 to 8 years, and this is what they are paying 25 LPA, and it's a remote location jobs. This is one of them. I do have 3 or 4 of them as of now, but you guys are still not ready, right? So it doesn't make any sense that you apply and get yourself blocked for 6 months. So we don't have to be in a hurry. We don't have to go there partially prepared. Once we are prepared completely, then only we'll start working on them, right? This one was another opening. So that's okay. You will be getting more openings here. Don't worry about it. Right? So last time, guys, we completed recovery service vault theory part, right? Anyone has any questions, any doubts? Did you guys go through it? Did you guys try to create one? I I'm assuming there wasn't much practice because I did not get many calls or many questions on recording. So I'm assuming you guys did not watch it. But still, if someone has done and if you guys have any question, do let me know before we go ahead and start recovery service vault practical migration theory. And one more thing I'll have to show you, which is raising a case with Microsoft because it never happens that you have worked for 3 or 4 years and everything has worked very smoothly. Even if it is implementation, even if it is not production environment, not operation, even if it is implementation, it does happen. For sure, it does happen that you get stuck somewhere which you can't resolve, which you don't know what to do, where you don't know how to proceed. That time, as an implementation engineer, it is your job to raise a case with Microsoft. So you should know the process how to raise a case with Microsoft, right? After showing the experience of 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, if your interviewer is asking you that have you ever raised a case with Microsoft and you are completely blind on that, you don't even know what is a case, how do you raise it, what are the categories, what is the severity, etc., then it will be easier for them to understand that you're lying on your resume, right? So I'll be showing you how to raise a case. So these three things which we are going to do, don't take this as literally next week. This is a huge topic, might take this week, next week as well. So, but this is the order we are going to follow. So today we'll start with recovery service vault practical. Before we proceed, do you guys have any doubts, any questions on theory part?
Hi Sohel. I could not find a recording for last Saturday.
Yeah, you did not
Correct.
even
I
message. I was waiting for you guys to message. There was some glitch and I was able to give only email access to, but I think only 2 or 3 of you, Hanif reached out to me. I guess Imran reached out to me, and Sunil, was it you? No, someone else reached out to me. I guess that was Aniket. He reached out to me. So share your email addresses, guys, with me. Send it to me on WhatsApp. I'll assign the. And even today's session, I'll be recording with email address access. So share your email addresses with me. Just send it to me on WhatsApp. That should be enough. And then you can watch these videos back to back. Any other question, guys? Any doubts, any questions on Azure recovery or Azure recovery service vault or Azure replication services or DR, disaster recovery or replication? All these are same things. Well, if you guys do not have any questions, let's go ahead and proceed and we'll start the replication. As you know, replication takes time, right? It might take 20 minutes as well. I have not done that already. I told you last time that I had done it already, but sometimes we defer the classes. So I have not done it this time. So what we are going to do, I will start the replication from here, from scratch, step by step, and we'll leave it for replication however time it takes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, whatever time it takes. Meanwhile, that time we are going to utilize in migration topic. So this is the practical we are performing. In this practical, after the last step, it is going to take at least 1 hour. In that 1 hour, we are going to discuss migration theory. And these topics are interlinked with each other, so you will not be confused. There will not be any problem. Clear to everyone? People who have not
Yes.
attended the recovery service vault or replication, did not check the replication, it will be a little bit difficult for you to understand, but it's not that difficult. And that's okay. You can watch the video again and we can proceed with it. Okay. So I will be, first I will have to create a machine. Let's understand this is an application. Okay. This is your production application. This is working on-prem, or this could be working on Azure. We can do we can do the replication. Can we do the replication for Azure AWS machine on Azure? People who attended the last session, this question is for you. I have 5 virtual machines on AWS, 2 on GCP, 3 on on-prem, and 10 machines on Azure. Can I have the disaster recovery, all of it at one place? Is it possible? Yes, yes, yes. No, maybe
Yes.
using what service?
Migration.
No, I don't want to migrate the machines.
Mean,
I'm just talking about the disaster
yes, sir.
recovery.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Simple, the recovery service vault, which we're talking about, it has facility that it can replicate all the machines, not only from Azure, but from other clouds and from your on-prem as well. Is it clear, guys, to everyone? This we have covered in detail last time when I showed you. We did cover, I showed you which option needs to be selected, but still we are going to see that again. Right? So I'm turning on these 2 machines. This one we are going to use for migration, so we can ignore it as of now. This is the machine which we are going to use. Let's imagine that this is the server which I have, or this is my running application. Now, where is it? It is in East US. Okay, this is being backed up on daily basis. I do have a recovery service vault for backup, right? But I want more than backup. I want disaster recovery, because what will happen? Let's say this is a web server. It's my application. Web server application. It has active backup configuration. Okay, ignore the spelling mistakes, guys, if there are any. It has active backup configuration, so which means I am using a recovery service vault, but I'm not happy with backup, because backup, what will it do? Okay, this application is in East US, guys. Okay? East US. Now, this backup, how is it going to help me, guys? If my machine is, let's say, this backup is a configuration backup and it is backing up one backup daily. So if my data is corrupted today, is this backup going to help me? Let's say my machine gets backed up at 12 p.m. every day. And today it happened, and 1 p.m. I came to know that there is some issue with my machine. Is the backup helpful for me? I'm okay with chota mota data, thoda bahut chala jayega. I'm okay with it. My question is 12 p.m. daily, the backup happens. Okay. And it's how much? 3. What is the time now? It's 3 p.m. So my machine is not working, or data has been corrupted. So is the 12 p.m. backup is sufficient for me?
Yes.
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
थोड़ा सा data loss होगा, it's very obvious. It has to be there, right? It is good for me. Now I'm saying that instead of corruption, I see some ransomware is there. It wasn't there till 1 p.m. But now I see some ransomware is there in my files, and I'm not able to open those files. Is the backup helpful for me?
No.
Yes, probably.
Yes.
No.
Why not?
Yes, because it was not, I mean, that corruption or something that was not present till 1 p.m., right?
Yes,
So
yes.
the
So I'm
12 p.m.
asking
daily
it to
back.
person who said no. I'm not able to see the names. Whoever says no, why no? Try to reasonable, guys.
Because
Stick to your answer and try to
ransomware
give
is
reason.
also
Hmm.
is on the machine, so it is getting replicated to the backup. So the backup will also affect due to ransomware, right?
Is backup means replicated, or is backup an isolated copy?
Isolated form. It's not
Isolated
getting.
copy.
Then how is it getting replicated? I said my ransomware I saw at one let's say 1 p.m. And what time backup has happened?
12 p.m.
12 p.m. So is this ransomware in my current machine going to corrupt the 12 p.m. backup file as well?
No.
No, right? I hope you understand, guys. That is an isolated copy.
Yeah.
As soon as this backup has been done, it's an isolated copy. It's done. It's done. You can't do anything about it. I mean, a hacker or anyone cannot do anything about it unless you're specifically targeting that disk, etc. वो एक अलग case हो सकता है. ठीक है, but if you're doing anything in your current machine, that is not going to hamper your backup. Okay, so in these two cases, my backup is up and running. I have deleted some file. Let's say that I have saved one file yesterday at 8 p.m. I saved that file. Okay. And whatever changes I wanted to make, I have done that. And now today, 4 p.m., I had a presentation, right? And instead of opening, I by mistake deleted that file, shift delete. It's not there in the uh, recycle bin, etc. Nowhere it is. Is this configuration useful for me? I created the file yesterday, 8 p.m. Today, 4 p.m. or today, let's say 3 p.m. Before starting this session, I deleted that. Is this backup useful for me? Is this configuration useful for me?
Yes.
Yes, guys, why is this confusion? Why do you have this confusion? Did you get the question? I created a file last night at 8 p.m. Okay. I deleted that by mistake today, 3 p.m. So yesterday's backup, I created this file last night, which is 18th of October. 18th of October. I deleted this file today, 3 p.m., which is 19th of October. Okay. Now, which is the latest backup I will have? I've already given you the time. So if I'm keeping 14 backups, I hope you remember now backup policy.
19, uh,
19, what time?
12 p.m.
12
So
p.m.
I'll have one backup. Let's say this is backup number 13. 13th backup, 19 October, 12 p.m. So don't you think so this backup is useful for me? Won't this file will be there?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yes.
will be there.
इसके पहले का जो बैकअप होगा वो आपका होगा 12th बैकअप, which is on 18th October, 12 p.m. This backup will not have this file. Got it? Are you
Yeah.
getting it, guys? So this backup is useful for me. I can recover the file. Now, instead of this, if I tell you that I deleted the file 19th of October, 11 a.m. Now, is this backup useful for me? Now, which is the
No,
latest backup I will have, by the way?
12.
Yesterday's.
Yes. By the way, this will not be 12, this
12.
will be 13. Again, ये 13th ही होगा. अगर हम लोग 13 days का रख रहे हैं, then the first one gets deleted. Don't forget that. If I'm keeping 13 backups, or let's say if I'm keeping 15 backups, तो ये 15th होगा, right? So this is the backup I have. And when did I create a file? I created a file at 8 p.m. Is this useful for me? I deleted 11 a.m. Next backup was supposed to happen at 12 p.m. उससे पहले मैंने फाइल डिलीट कर दी. So is this backup useful for me, guys?
No.
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 I hope you understood the backup. Why am I talking about the backup here? So I take you to understand the concept of replication, though we have done that in theory part, right? I'm surprised to see these many questions and these many doubts, especially from people who attended the session. And if you don't understand replication and backup properly, then you will definitely lack in your interviews, guys. These are the major topics they will ask questions around. Right? Now, ये सब तो हो गया बहुत छोटी मोटी चीजें. Next thing is, I'm talking about the backup. My completely region is down. East US region is down for, let's say, 8 hours. Azure has confirmed it. It could be some disaster, it could be some upgrade, it could be some wire issue, could be power supply issue, it could be anything. It could be technical issue, glitch, virus, whatever it is. Now they have said East US region is down for 8 hours. Is my backup useful for me?
No,
Why not?
because backup it is region dependent. So if region is down, it will be
Yes.
backup will not be will
If
not
I'm
be used.
saying that I already have a backup here, इस server का backup है, तो ये backup कहाँ पर होगा? ये backup का RSP. To have a backup, we required a recovery service vault, right? We have done this when we did backup here, guys. When we did backup all option, I did. इसलिए मैंने वो वीडियो का लिंक आप लोगों को फिर से भेजा था. तो go ahead and watch the video. When we did the backup, what did we learn? That backup recovery vault needs to be in the same region. So this recovery service vault, जहां पर मेरा backup हो रहा है, where is it? It is also in East US. So if East US ही अपने आप में 8 hours down है, तो even if I have backup, I don't have backup. Is there of any use? No, not at all. So to avoid this situation, then we have our replications. Replication, what does it do? Replication will replicate your data completely. It will completely replicate your data. In this case, when I say replication, will my ransomware useful for me? Replication is the data which is replicating your server in every 5 minutes or 2 minutes. और ransomware पता चलने में मुझको 1 घंटा लग जाता है. So is my ransomware useful for me in case of replication?
No,
No.
Is the corruption of data useful for me?
no,
No.
Is the file deletion which I did, even if it is 3 p.m., is it useful for me?
No.
no.
No. 19 minutes में वो उसने अपने दूसरे डेटा के कॉपी पे भी रेप्लिकेट कर लिया होगा that this file is gone. Okay, so this is the difference between replication and backup. Understand why do we need replication? Replication we are going to need only once our East US region is down. Okay? Now let's go ahead and set up, because I'm not going to cover this in detail. We have done this thoroughly in the whole session we have taken last session on replication. Click by click, I have explained everything. I was just taking the revision now, right? Because this is important topic, so I don't mind repeating, hence I did that. Okay. Now the question is, I said I already have a backup, which means I already have a recovery service vault. And to set up the disaster recovery also, I required a recovery service vault. Now my question is, let's say this is I'm calling it recovery service vault 1. So can I use the same recovery service vault and configure my replication?
Can you repeat the question?
I don't think so you'll get it, Munir. You were not there in last session, right?
I seen the recordings.
Okay, you have seen. Great. Then my question is, I am saying that this machine web server, I have already configured backup on this. If I'm saying I have configured backup, it means that I already have a recovery service vault, right? Without recovery service vault, you cannot configure the backup. We have learned that by now.
Yes, yes.
So I already have a recovery service vault. Now I want to set up the disaster recovery. This is the backup I have already set up by creating a recovery service vault. And now I want to set up a disaster recovery. So my question is, can I use the same recovery service vault and set up the replication, or do I have to create a new one?
It is technically it is possible, but it is better to create new one.
Okay. What about others, people who attended the session? Hanif, what do you think?
Create a new one.
Why? Is it because from the management
Actually, it is
perspective, or
region dependent. Actually, that's why same we cannot use.
Because if the region is not able to
yes? So
everything.
technically, it is not at all possible. Don't even use that word, guys. Technically possible itself is an incorrect answer. Technically, it is impossible. I have shown it to you last time, if you remember. We tried that and ultimately error we got, right? I showed you that error as well. And it must be there in my recording as well, Munir. If you have seen the recording,
Yes, yes.
I showed you recording as well that it starts replication, but ultimately it will give you the error. And what was the error? That your machine and your recovery service fault, they are in same, and it doesn't even make the sense, right? So, अगर technically possible भी होता, if you create one recovery service fault जहाँ पे आपने replication ले लिया और ईस्ट यूएसए डाउन हो गया, हाउ विल यू यूज योर रेप्लिका, राइट? इट इज एज गुड एज बैकअप हो जाएगा देन आपका वो. गॉट इट गाइस? सो वी कैनॉट यूज द सेम रिकवरी सर्विस फॉल्ट because backup में recovery service vault में it's a condition that it has to be in same region, and replica में recovery vault का एक condition है recovery service vault का, it has to be in a different region. So I hope that is clear to you. Okay. So I see this machine. I have already configured the replication. Do you guys remember the steps which we have followed, or do you want me to show it to you? I mean, it is there in the recording as well. But still, if you want, I can do it.
Yes, please.
Okay. So let's say if this is the server I'm talking about. And if I want to start a replication, I'll have to go here. I can do it from here. I can do this. Or I can create a recovery service vault from here. Right? Create a recovery service vault. I'll be using some I'll be using the different region where my machine is not there. Any region would do. Next, in redundancy, I'll be selecting whether I want geo redundancy. This I have already explained. What is it? Cross region restore. This I have already explained. Encryption, I have already explained when we covered key vault. Right? If you want to do it user customer manage, use customer managed key. If you want to use that, you will have to select here your key vault, whichever key vault you have created. Right? So you select your key vault and you can encrypt your backup as well. But we don't want any encryption, so it's okay. Basic encryption is okay. Right? Networking, are you replicating something which is there in the same network? You can deny the public access then, right? And add your VNet and subnet here. And if you are, let's say you are replicating the machines which are there on-prem, you can keep the public connectivity also. And if you want to do that on private access, that you can do here, but you will have to set up VPN first. Okay? But for here, we are going to leave connectivity method it is. Okay? And then you create it. Once your recovery service vault is created, right? Let's create a new one. We'll create this and then I'll show it to you. Meanwhile, this is the replication which is already happened, which has already happened, though it has some error. One of the error was that the machine was shut down, right? Hence the replication was stopped because I kept the machine shut down, and this agent version has been outdated. See, it hardly 1 week. Last week when इसको किया था, now it shows outdated. So these are the issues you can report in your interview, that if he says, what if replication is not working? So we can check agent version, we can check agent status, right? We can check machine status. These are the things which we can check. But as of now, it shows protected, which means my machine is being synchronized properly, which we are going to see later in some time while our recovery service vault is being created. And I'll show you the other steps as well. Meanwhile, can you guys try to access my machine and see if you guys are able to access the website? This is the same machine, guys. It is in East US. What we are going to do, we have already replicated the machine. We are going to migrate this machine, or I won't use the migrate. We'll use the failover, and we'll turn on this machine in some other region. And this is the website you should see. Are you guys able to see the website?
No, unable to access.
Yes, it is accessible.
Who's not able to access?
Yes,
Me,
I'm
Munir.
able to access.
Sorry, someone who's not able to access. Who's that?
Yes, I am Munir.
So what is the error message you're getting, Munir?
Wait. This site cannot be reached. Re Reuse to connect. Try. Wait.
Just retry.
Yes.
It should work. See, look at this. It is working on my system. It's working for others. So it should work.
Try clearing cache or try in different browser.
But I will use another browser.
That will work. Okay, so this is how a recovery service vault will look like, guys. Okay?
Yes, it is working in
It is
another
working.
browser.
Fine. So now you guys are accessing my application, my website from this machine. It is in East US. Okay, this is in East US. You are using it from. Now I'm going to shut down this machine and turn on this machine in some other region. That is how we are going to perform our practical. But before that, let's see how to set up replication. I won't set up it completely here. I will just show you the options. We already have a prepared setup. We are going ahead with that. So you'll have to click with enable site recovery. Here you get the option. From where do you want to replicate your machine? Are those Azure virtual machines? Are those VMware machines? Are those Hyper-V machines? Hyper-V and VMware का मतलब ये होता है ये आपके on-prem के machines है. Or it could be AWS, Azure, any machine. For Azure machines, we are going to go ahead with this one because our machine is in Azure. Enable replication. You select your region. Now, this one, if my recovery service vault is in East US, and if I select East US here, I'll definitely get some error. But in this case, our recovery service vault, where is it? We have created it in, I think, Central US, or I selected something randomly. Let's see. This is the one. So it's in Canada Central. So if I select Canada Central here, if I try to replicate any machine from Canada Central, it will give me the error either at the beginning or at the end. Somewhere it will give me the error. So it's not throwing the error now, but we have seen this already in our last practical that it does give the error. But as of now, our machine is in East US. So let's go ahead with East US. Okay, look at this. The region recovery service vault resource group is in the same region. If you're protecting the machine, it should be in a different resource group also as well. So resource group का region भी same नहीं होना चाहिए. Now what if I've created here, it has gone to the same resource group. उस resource group का region भी machine से same नहीं होना चाहिए. Sorry, इस recovery service vault से same नहीं होना चाहिए. So as of now, let's take anything, Central India or anything. You simply have to go click next. Select your resource group, whichever resource group you have here. Select that resource group. I do not have anything there. Let me go to this one again. As I'm going too fast here because this we have covered thoroughly, step by step, everything in detail. Hence, I'm going too quick here. Hence, I'm ignoring the error messages. Whereas in last recording, you'll find everything in detail. This is just a revision I'm doing. Hence, I'm going fast here. So you simply have to select the machines. No, unfortunately, I do not have any combination as of now. So you guys will have to watch the recording. If you don't understand, then I will spend another session on this. But if you guys remember, we have done this thoroughly, step by step. लास्ट वाला सेशन का लास्ट वीकेंड्स का लास्ट सेशन देख लो आप, उसमें डिटेल में हमने स्टेप बाय स्टेप कर रखा है, राइट? सो विल गो अहेड हियर and will perform the failover. Try to do that, guys. If you do not understand by watching the recording, do let me know. I'm happy to cover. But as of now, if I start covering, another session will be wasted in that. So just for a revision, I don't want to do that. Right? So now you guys are able to access this website. I'm running this machine. Where am I running it from? I'm running it from East US. So now if I go to my recovery service vault, now imagine East US is down. ठीक है, East US आपका down हो गया है. So what you will do is you go to recovery service vault and then you select your recovery service vault where you are replicating your machine. So I guess we were replicating here. Here it is. We are replicating it here. Okay. So you click on this machine and you simply do the failover. You click on failover and new machine will be created in wherever we have done this. Where we have done it in West US. So now this machine will be created in West US using this disk. Right? But before we do the failover, let's try a test failover. Microsoft always recommend that there should be a test failover in every 180 days. And look at this. It is saying last successful test failover, it was never performed. But before performing a test failover, अगर आपका machine सही में down हो जाता, then you will not be able to do a test failover वगैरह कुछ नहीं करोगे. Then you will directly do a test failover. Directly go with the failover. Right? Test failover तभी करोगे when everything is working. What is the difference between test failover and failover? Test failover will not actually shut down your machine. It will keep your actual machine running. It will just give you a test machine कि आप अपना application test कर लो. इस तरह से दिखने वाला है. In case of any failover, अगर कोई failover होता है, so this is how it will look. Right? But this time, whenever we do a test failover, machine name will have -temp in front of it. -asr, या तो temp होगा या asr होगा, ऐसे कुछ लिखा होगा. But when we do the actual failover, then you will have the machine with the same name. So let's go ahead and do the test failover. टेस्ट फेलोवर में हमको ये मशीन बंद करने की भी जरूरत नहीं, कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं. एंड व्हेन वी आर डूइंग द एक्चुअल फेलोवर, व्हिच मींस ये मशीन आपकी ऑलरेडी बंद है बिकॉज आपका रीजन डाउन है, इसीलिए आप फेलोवर कर रहे हो. तो क्लिक ऑन टेस्ट फेलोवर एंड आई टोल्ड यू यू विल हैव टू क्रिएट एवरीथिंग ऑलरेडी, एज इन नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप वगैरह, वो सब आपको जो है पहले से करके रखना पड़ता है. ठीक है, क्लिक ऑन टेस्ट फेलोवर. दैट्स इट. इतना ही आपको करना था. सिंपल वन बटन टेस्ट फेलोवर. In some time, we should be able to see the exact same machine in West US. But this time, that machine will have -temp or -asr. ऐसे कुछ होगा उसमें. Because we are not doing the actual failover. And then, if we are not doing the failover, we do not want any conflict. तो same नाम की और same IP की machine नहीं मिलेगी. This is for testing purpose. That this is how it is going to look like when you do the failover. Okay, so let's wait till the time we see that machine here. Yes, guys. Any doubts, any questions meanwhile? See, when we do a failover or a test failover, what happens? It starts creating a machine using this disk. ये आपका actual machine है. Let me get the pen. This is your actual machine. इसको continuous sync कर रहा है आपका ये cache storage account. Right? यहाँ पर sync होता है. This is your recovery, Azure site recovery vault. यहाँ पर इसका पूरा functioning होता है and then it gets saved to this disk. And this is a continuous replica. Continuous replica. Hardly 2 या 3 मिनट का इसमें कोई difference होता है. Ultimately, let's say if this is down, this region is completely down. Right? Or in this case, we are doing test failover. ये region down है तो that's a secondary thing. Test failover भी कर रहे हैं. किसी भी case में, it will create a machine using this disk. We have already seen it, right? कि आप एक disk को लेकर machine कैसे बना सकते हो? We have seen that in our backup cases. That if you have only one single disk, operating system disk जो होती है आपकी, उस disk को लेकर आप machine कैसे बना सकते हो? So let's say if I have this, this is the OS disk. Using the OS disk, do you see this option? Now I don't have the create VM option. Why? Because this OS disk is already attached to something. But if I copy this disk or if I create a snapshot of this disk, right? इसका मैं snapshot बना लूंगा ना, then I will be able to use that disk and create a VM. ये यहाँ पर option है, दिख रहा है guys ये option? And we have done this. Right? So whatever you're doing here manually, ये जो manually करते हो ना आप एक disk से click करके create a VM, that is what is happening here. यहाँ पर ये सब कुछ automatic हो रहा है using this disk. इस disk में पूरा data यहाँ पर replicate होता है and then it is creating a machine. Is the process clear to everyone, guys? Yes,
Yes.
no, maybe. Look at this. It is creating a machine. It is still not completed as I'm not touching it. But I told you, I have already shared the metrics with you, right? I showed you the metrics. क्या क्या कवर नहीं होता है एप्लीकेशन में? NSG नहीं होता है, लोड बैलेंसर नहीं होता है, public IP नहीं होता है. So look at this. Public IP, I'm not getting any public IP. So if I want to do the testing, by the way, testing के लिए public IP नहीं लगता है. Normally everyone will be there inside their environment, right? Inside ही होगा सब कुछ, तो वो private IP पे testing कर लेंगे वो लोग. But now if I want testing for testing environment, if I want public IP, then I will have to assign that manually. And also a network security group. Without network security group के वैसे भी आप लोग वेबसाइट को एक्सेस नहीं कर पाओगे. So I'm going ahead and assigning a public IP on this newly created test machine. Now you can still refresh my website and you'll see there is no impact on the actual website. वो भी चल रही है. And now I have already got one machine here. Yeah, I'm assigning a public IP just for the testing purpose. Otherwise, you don't require a public IP. So it is updating the public IP. Once the public IP is there, we should be able to do it, but I don't think so. There is any network security group. And without network security group, we will not be able to do it, I guess, because we will have to. Why will you not be able to access the website, guys, without network security group? Can someone tell me? Even if I see now this machine has been replicated, I'm assigning a public IP to you. Public IP मैं दे भी दूंगा, फिर भी आप वेबसाइट एक्सेस नहीं कर पाओगे.
Because our by default port will be disabled. In that internet port is
Yes.
also there.
Yes, internal पे port 80 जो है वो disable होगा, right? So we'll have to make sure that we assign this one. So it has been done here. Now this machine, it has a public IP. Now let's have a look if we are able to access the website. This is the IP. See, it's not working. It doesn't mean कि आपका replication नहीं हुआ. Replication has been done successfully, right? But it is not going to work because you have not created a network security group over there. Look at this. Network security group, I told you to save the time. ये सब आप लोग पहले करके रखते हो. So guys, only 30 seconds are left in this one. Let's take a break of 5 to 10 minutes. I'll create a network security group because we have already done that many times. So I don't want to waste time on creating in recording. So I'll create that. I'll keep that machine ready and I'll ping you once this is ready, and we'll rejoin the session and we'll check this machine. Okay, I'll ping you in the group when to join. It won't take more than 5 to 6 minutes. I'll ping you as soon as it is ready. Okay.